right, today we are going to be talking about area of some basic shapes. So this should be reviewed from 6th grade, but it's important that we know how to do area of some shapes. So if you have any questions, please email me. You can also follow me on Instagram at ms.me.goshen, so it's ms.me at Goshen, and on my Instagram you will see lots of different updates about me. So I have some updates about me, but also like, hey, how do you find some information on Canvas? So and I've also showed you how to get into some things on Canvas. So for example, I have a module put up that organizes the information that you need for your assignments really nicely. It has the PowerPoints, it has the videos, it has all that you need for your assignments all in one place, so you don't have to go look for it. All right, what you need today is a pencil, a paper for notes, and a calculator. So we're going to be talking about the area of basic shapes, specifically rectangles, parallelograms, triangles, and trapezoids. So to get an A, you should be able to do all of them. Right. So what's the definition of area? It's the size of a surface. It's the amount of space inside of the boundary of a flat two-dimensional space. So for example, what's the area? How much area do I have to write on this envelope? Here are some of the new shapes that we're talking about. So parallelograms are basically rectangles, but they're kind of slanted a little bit. They are actually a type, rectangles are a type of parallelogram. So one common one is the pink eraser. Trapezoids you will also see around. I have a trapezoidal desk in our classroom that maybe we'll see again, maybe not. Also this pencil sharpener is a trapezoid. Alright, so you need some formulas. I would write this down, pause this video and write them down. The formula for a triangle is area equals 1/2 base times height. The area for a rectangle is area equals length times width. You can also write this as area equals base times height if you think about the length as your base and your width as your height. Okay, so you'll see that written somewhere too. Parallelogram, area is base times height. Notice how it's very similar to the rectangle. And then finally trapezoid, that one's a little bit more complicated and has a little bit more steps, but it's still area equals 1/2 height times base 1 plus base 2, and we have to add those first. Okay, so let's do some examples. Today right now we'll focus on some rectangles. I'm going to go through this pretty quickly, but make sure that if you need to, you are pausing the video and you're rewinding if you need to watch it over again. Also, if you want to try it on your own before we go over it, you can pause the video and try it on your own and see if you got the right answer. Okay. So first things first is I need to find the area of this rectangle. My formula is area equals length times width, or area equals base times height. It's the same thing. So let's identify some things that we need for this. What's my length here? Well, my length is 56. So this is my length. And my height or my width is 20. So I'm going to write that here. My length is 56 and my height or my width is 20. So now I can take my area, so area equals length times width, and I get 56 times 20. Put that in the calculator, 56 times 20, and I get 1,120 inches squared. That's my answer. All right, let's try some parallelograms. Right here I have my first shape, that's a parallelogram. I want you guys to notice that the difference between the rectangle and a parallelogram is that you have your height and it's kind of slanted. So it's just kind of like, oh, here's my rectangle. I'm going to switch it over and then draw some diagonal lines. So the important piece in a parallelogram is that you're identifying the height. The height is how much space there is between the base and the top. So you're always kind of look for this this little square because it shows that it's a right angle, and you always want the height to be a right angle. So what's my base in this case? My base is 10 kilometers and my height is 9. So my area equals base times height. Substitute that in. I have 10 times 9. My area is 90 kilometers squared. Okay, this one looks a little bit different. If you want to pause it and try it on your own, you're welcome to. What's my base? My base is 91.2. And my height is 7 feet. So, put it in my formula, area equals base times height. So, I'm doing 91.2 times 7 feet. Put that in my calculator, 91.2 times 7, and I get my area is 638.4 feet cubed. All right, pause the video and try this next problem on your own. Okay, let's see if you got it. Your base should have been 19 and your height should be 8. If I substitute this into the formula, I have 19 times 8. That gives me 152 yards squared. You needed to have that yard squared. Don't forget your label. And since it's area, it's squared. Okay, let's try some triangles. Okay, the formula for a triangle is area equals 1/2 base times height. So we need to be able to identify what's our bases and what's our height. In this case, my base is 9 and my height is 6.6. So my height is always going to be from the base of the triangle all the way up to the tippy top, okay, to where it points. And then the base is always going to be, notice how the base in this case, it's kind of, the triangle is kind of rotated. So let me see on my desk if I have any triangles. Should have looked for this earlier, but I didn't. Okay, I have a little post-it here that will turn into a triangle. Okay, so this triangle that I have, I can position it like this, so the base is like that. I can also turn it over, and the base would be here. So I'm always looking for the height. And your height is going to touch your base. It's going to touch the base and the top. So if I have it like this, touching my base and going to the top. If I have it like this, it's always going to be a right angle. Okay? Alright, let's put it in my formula. Area equals 1/2 times 9 times 6.6. Do you guys know how to put 1/2 into the calculator? I like using it as a decimal. 1/2 is 0.5. So I'm going to put that into the calculator. And I'm just going to put this all in at once. So I'm putting 0.5 times 9 times 6.6. So this is how I'm putting it in the calculator. And I get 29.7 miles squared. Let's try another. Okay, so see, this triangle is a little bit different. So if I cut my triangle kind of to look a little bit like it. It's kind of, so if I look at my right triangle compared to this one, I don't know if this will work, but this one is kind of slanted. It doesn't go straight up. It curves a little bit, which means to find our height, we still have to go to the tippy top, and we have to go down in a straight line, and then we're going to see how much that height is. So it's still going to be a straight line from the top all the way down to the base. But in this case, it's outside of our triangle. Alright, so let me see if it looks a little bit easier to see if I have it on a piece of paper. Just drawing this out for you. So just like the example said, here it's what I'm talking about. So I have this tippy top here, and I have to go straight down to find the height. So I can't just take this side of it and say that that's the height. I have to do a 90-degree angle, which is what this is talking about right here. So this is our height. And this is our base. So our base is 7 and our height is 6.2. Put that into the formula. I have area equals 1/2 base times height. Area equals 1/2 times 7 times 6.2. So I'm going to put that in the calculator as my decimal 0.5 times 7 times 6.2. Okay, so I get 21.7. 21.7 kilometers squared. All right, you're going to try this one, so pause it and try it on your own. Welcome back. Let's do this. So my base was 5 and my height is 4. So if I put this into my formula, I have 1/2 times 5 times 4. So I have 1/2 times 20, which gives me 10 feet squared. All right, and lastly, we're going to talk about trapezoids. Trapezoids are different shapes. So if you think about this, we have kind of like a rectangle, but we have the two sides are, the bases are different sizes. So this one's shorter than this side here. So we have this long formula. It's still pretty easy, but you just need to make sure that you are putting stuff into the calculator correctly. You have to do it in a very specific order. So first, let's identify the two bases. I have my base 1 here and my base 2 up here. And the height is the space between those two bases. So this is my height. So let's put it down here. Base 1 is 5, base 2 is 2, and my height is 8. So let's put that into the formula. Area equals 1/2 times h, b1 plus b2. 1/2 times 8, and then my bases of 5 plus 2. And guys, just like any shape, this shape is the same as this shape, it's just upside down. So if you're thinking about, hey, which is my base 1 and which one's my base 2, it doesn't matter, as long as you have 2 different numbers in there, okay? All right, so area equals 1/2 times 8, and we have to do this step first. So I'm going to multiply those, and I'm going to add them, and I get 7. Now I can put this into the calculator as 0.5 times 8 times 7. And I get 0.5 times 8 is 28 miles squared. Okay, let's try another one. Oh, did I really? Oops. Oh no, I can't go back. Well, you guys can pause it and try it on your own. So pause that one and try it. And okay guys, I found out I cannot go backwards in this program. So you will do that one on your own. Pause it so you'll be able to go and pause it and try it. And I will write a handwritten example of that one, and I will upload it to your announcements. Okay, your assignment is, you have 3 IXL topics, and I know that seems a lot, but this is review and it shouldn't take you very long. You only have to get to 60 on these, and these are on 6th grade. So you'll find them in the 6th grade. Okay, then you will submit them onto Canvas, and you have to submit all 3. Don't forget to submit all 3 of your screenshots using, and it broke off here, but it says Command plus Shift plus 3. You need to see the whole screen. A lot of you like to just crop that. Well, I don't know what topic you did. And then some of you like to crop this, but I don't know who you are. So make sure you're including all of that information, okay? And then if you have any questions, please email me, Mrs. Salyer, Mrs. Clausen. They are here to help you. I'm here to help you. We can set up a one-on-one meeting if you want to work with me one-on-one. I've done that with a couple of people already. And then I'll see you on Monday, and we're going to talk about surface area, which is a little harder. And then on spring break, we won't have any assignments, but we do have one more day after today. If you need to, contact me at on Instagram, all right, or on email. But it'd be fun to see what you guys are doing in your life. Oh, and then you guys missed the joke. Oh, well, you can go back and see the joke that I have. Oh, well. If you want to know the joke, you can contact me and I will send it to you directly. Okay. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.